Hello 12th class students. Today we are again here with our 12th class topic, that is organism and their population. We have discussed in this video, in our previous video, that the adaptation in plants, how the plants are adapted for different environmental conditions which helps them to survive in that conditions. Now in this video students, we will see about the adaptation in animals, how and which type of adaptations are found in animals and how they help them to survive in their habitat or in their environment where they live. So students, there are mainly three types of adaptations are found in the animals. One is behavioral adaptations, that is adaptation based on the behavior of the animals. Second thing, adaptation for water scarcity, where there is lack of water or not sufficiently availability of water is there, then how animal overcome that problem, how they survive in scarcity of the water. When they don't get water for the long time, what will be its effect on them and how they survive in that environment. The last one, third one is adaptation for cold. If the living organisms or animals that are living in area such where there is very low temperature is present, or throughout the or major portion of the year has very low temperature, then how they survive in that environment. Let's see how these three adaptation helps the organism to sustain their life in adverse condition. So students, first of all, in behavioral adaptation, if you see the behavioral adaptations of the organism, then there are mainly 6 types of adaptations are found. That adaptations are estivation, camouflage, mimicry, migration, echolocation and warning coloration. One adaptation is also there, that is hibernation. We will see it while discussing all these adaptations. So students, first of all we see about estivation. What is estivation and how this estivation helps the living organism to overcome the adverse condition. Students, estivation is the type of adaptation in which the organism during the summer rests in an inactive position. During the hot summer days or hot climate, the animals went to a shady places or in a cold place and sustain there without performing any body activity. Its physical activities, its activity inside the body, all the metabolic activity, including its respiration, the animal stop that activities, all the activities that consume the body energy, and body remains inactive for long period of time. That condition is known as estivation. It is also known as summer sleep. This estivation or condition is also known as summer sleep because it occurs in summer days. So estivation protect the animal by the increase in temperature. In this time period, the animals remains inside the burrow in order to escape the hot and more temperature conditions. The second adaptation is camouflage. Camouflage is a special type of adaptation in which the organism changes their body color according to the environment in which they are present. You have seen chameleon, a special type of animal who changes its body color according to the surface or environment in which it is present. It changes its colors according to its habitat, the place where it lives. So this adaptation helps the living organism to get escape from the predators. the other animals who can attack them, who can kill them, they cannot easily identify that animals or particular organism in that area. So in order to get protected from the predators, prey use camouflage type of adaptation. For example, if this is a black color and we make a notation with the black color, then it will not be clearly visible to you. It is not easily identifiable. But if you mark notation with other than black color, then it can be easily seen. So if the living organisms present on green leaves and it changes its color to green color, then it will not be easily identifiable there. The predators cannot identify it easily and the animal can easily escape from them. So students, it is very special type of adaptations which saves the life of the living organisms. Third type of the adaptation is mimicry. Mimicry is actually the resemblance of any organisms with the other organism. It do not changes the color of the body, but whole body of a living organism resemble with the other animals, which is powerful rather than that mimic animal. We call it the animal who resembles to the other animal is known as mimic. So mimic animals exactly resemble to their model animal, and by this resembling it pretend to be like that animal and escape from the predators. So students, mimicry is also a type of adaptations which saves the life of the organism. Next type of adaptation is migration. Migration, we have seen about the migration, that transportation or change the location from one place to another place is called migration. If the living organisms due course of any reasons changes their place from one place to another place or change the location from one place to another place, that condition is called migration. Now on the basis of the time period for which the animal moves, migration can be of different types. One is daily migration. Daily migration is seen in many animals which daily migrate. They daily come out from their habitat and went out for the search of the food, and then at the evening or after particular time they come back at their nest or their habitat. So daily migration can also save the life of the living organisms. Why? Because they went out in search of the food. Second is seasonal migration. Seasonal migration is mainly seen in birds. We have discussed about it, that in unfavorable season or unfavorable condition, the birds flew away from one place to another place that is far away from them, far away from that place, and after breeding or after particular time, they again come back when the favorable conditions are present at their native place. So it is seasonal migration. One is it is seasonal migration, but one is periodic migration. Periodic migration, students, periodic migration means that actually the environment in which we live has a particular capacity to hold the population. It can fulfill the need of the population up to certain extent. If the population increases beyond that limit, then the population or the members will not get sufficient food there. So in order to sustain, they went away from that place for permanent time period. Permanently they shifted from one place to another place after attaining the certain level by their population. So that migration is permanent migration. It decreases the population of the living organism, but directly it saves the life of the organisms, because if they live at their habitat places, then they won't get the proper food. So in order to get the proper food, in order to get proper shelter, they move from one place to another place. So student, these three types of the migration, that is daily migration, seasonal migration and periodic migration, saves the life of the living organisms. Now the next is echolocation. Before discussing the echolocation, let's discuss a important type of adaptation, that is hibernation. In hibernation, the living organism passes their winter time in a resting phase, in dormant condition. They stop all their metabolical activities. So this hibernation is mainly found during the summer season and in particular types of the organisms. Hibernation, just like estivation was summer sleep, hibernation is also known as, students, winter sleep. Because in hibernation, animals like frog, during the winter they went in such a condition, such a resting phase, that their all the biological activities in their body nearly stop, including their respiration. They stop the respiration by the nose. Instead of respiration by the nose, they intake and give out the gases through their skins. So it is a special type of respiration which takes place through their skin, and this respiration is known as cutaneous respiration. What, students? Cutaneous respiration. Cutaneous respiration is a special type of respiration that takes place through the skin of the living organisms and not by the respiratory organs. So students, this hibernation or winter sleep also protects the animal from the adverse condition, because they are endothermic in nature. They cannot tolerate the very low temperature. Their body is not adapted for the low temperature. That's why in order to get adaptation or in order to survive in this abnormal low temperature, they possess the property of the hibernation. So students, let's move on the next adaptation, that is echolocation. Echolocation is a special type of adaptations. It is not found in all the animals, but some specific animals like dolphin, bat, this kind of animals possess echolocation. Echolocation, that means, students, they have power to identify the objects in dark. Their eyesights are not well developed, so they produces the high power waves, or we can say sonar waves, which made them enabled to sense the object in the dark. So it will protect them, or it helps them to search the food in the dark. That is why bats can identify the things in dark also. Okay students, next is warning coloration. Warning coloration means, students, some of the animals possess a special kind of their body color which protect them from the predators. For example, a frog found in Africa, which is very poisonous in color, poisonous in nature. Its skin and its body possess poison, and its skin is of bright red color, so that the predators can easily identify them, that they have not to attack on it. The predators have not to attack on particular organism. So this warning coloration also protect the living organisms from their predators. Now students, camouflage and mimicry. There must be, we have to see the difference between camouflage and mimicry. In camouflage, the body color of the organism changes, but in mimicry, the body color of the organism not changes, but it resembles to the other living organisms. Camouflage help the prey as well as predators both. It is helpful for both. If predators possess camouflage, it cannot be identified easily by the prey and it can attack on them easily. And if prey possess the camouflage, then prey can escape from the predators. It can hide itself easily. But in mimicry, it is only a resemblance of the living organism with the other living organism. So it is only helpful for the mimic, not for the model organisms. It is helpful for only one living organism, that is mimic, who possess the coloration or body or the gesture of the other living organism. Due to camouflage, the living organism, either it is prey or predators, cannot be easily identified from far away. The organism remains unidentified. But mimicry do not let hide the living organism, because it is just a resemblance. It does not get color change, so it can be identified easily from far away. So students, this is all about the behavioral adaptations of the living animals found in their body, which makes them unable to survive in the adverse conditions. Now see students, adaptation for water scarcity. How the animals are adapted for the conditions where there is no presence of water. So in order to understand this, adaptation for water scarcity, let's take the example of camel. You know very well that camel can remain alive so many days without taking water. Adaptation for water scarcity. So in order to understand this adaptation for scarcity of the water, in camel's body there are many adaptations are found. For example, it has the water storage capacity inside the body. First of all, it helps it to store the water. Second thing, it can concentrate its urine. It's urinate in the form of highly concentrated urine. That means it can reabsorb the water from its urine. So it can escape or it can save the water from the losses. Third adaptation for scarcity of the water is that it do not sweat easily. Our body easily lose the water in the form of sweat, but in the body of camel, it do not respire up to 55 degrees Celsius. Perspiration do not occur up to 55 degrees Celsius. It can bear this temperature, 55 to 65, 66 degrees Celsius. It will not perspire. So water loss doesn't take place in the form of sweat or perspiration. It also saves the water. If we take example of a kangaroo rat, a rat found in Australia, it is also very well adapted for the scarcity of the water. It can remain years without the water, because more than 90% water it uses, which is produced inside its body by the respiratory processes, and only 10% water it takes from the outside. So student, these are the main adaptations for scarcity of the water. That means where there is less presence or no presence of water is there. Next is adaptation for the cold. Adaptations for the cold, that means the organism which lives in the area such as glacier areas or where there is very low temperature remains throughout the year. So the very first adaptation for this kind of animal is they possess or burrs are found on their body surface. Burrs, that means long hair, which protects their body from outside cold. Second thing, that their skin has a thick deposition of the fat layer. Just below their skin there is fat deposited in a form of thick layer which functions as insulating substance. Insulating substance, that means which do not let pass the outside cold from their inside the body and do not let to lose their body heat from the body to outside environment. In this way it protects them from the outside cold. One more adaptation that we have seen, that is hibernation, is also protect the animal from the extreme cold, because we have seen hibernation, that is winter sleep. That means during the winter when there is low temperature in the environment, the animal get buried themselves such a place where there is no too low temperature and they sustain without coming out from their habitat. So student, this is all about the adaptation in the animal. In the next video we will discuss this chapter